Will Scream 7's opening kill be a flashback to Maureen Prescott's murder? Let's talk about it.
Certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney.
He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
I'm Pamela, welcome back to the channel. Now that we know that Matthew Lillard is officially signed on for Scream 7, as well as Scott Foley, who plays Roman Bridger, do we think that Scream 7's opening kill could be a flashback to Maureen Prescott's murder? This is something that we talked about on the channel a long time ago. I put out my idea for a Maureen Prescott opening kill about 9 months ago, but now with the current Scream 7 news, it's time to talk about it again. There are also rumors that Skeet Ulrich is going to sign on for Scream 7, and now there are rumors about Lynn McCree, who plays Maureen Prescott. Skeet is just a rumor, but it is from a reliable source, so it could turn out to be true. But now we also got rumors about Lynn McCree, so with the 4 of them possibly back, I feel like it has to be a flashback to Maureen's murder. For the past year, ever since we found out that Sam Carpenter won't be in the story, I was kind of bummed that we probably won't be seeing Billy Loomis again, because of course he only appears as this sort of hallucination in her head. But once we got the official announcement with Matthew Lillard back, I was thinking to myself, like, we have to figure out a way to get Billy back as well. We can't have Stu in a new movie without Billy. Now, of course, most of us here do think that Stu Macher will be alive, but when it comes to Roman Bridger, he is absolutely dead. He was shot in the head. But with Scott Foley back, there's only so many options that they could do with him. It's either going to be some kind of hallucination of Sydney's or a flashback, which I think is more likely. If we get a flashback to Billy and Stu killing Maureen as the opening kill, we could possibly discover new information about that night that we didn't know before, which I kind of feel like we have to. Otherwise, what is really the point of showing us the flashback? It of course would still be cool to see whether or not we learn new information, but I think there is a perfect opportunity to reveal something new. Even Randy Meeks in Scream 3 says it's all about going back to the beginning and finding out something that we didn't know before. So what if we find out that Roman was actually there that night? And that explains how we're going to get a Scott Foley flashback. We're gonna see Billy and Stu kill Maureen, but Roman was actually there. Something that I've always said on the channel is it would also be fun to find out that Christina Carpenter played a bigger role. She, of course, is Sam and Tara's mother. She dated Billy Loomis in high school. She was in love with him, had his baby. I think there is a good chance that she knew what they were up to and she was possibly an accomplice. So imagine we get the opening kill, Maureen Prescott, Billy, Stu, possibly Roman are there. But what if we find out Christina was there that night also? I just think it would be a fun Easter egg for Screams 5 and 6 and a way to tie Scream 7 into the previous 2 movies. Maybe she drove the getaway car for them. It doesn't even need to be a big role. In fact, we don't even need to see her on screen. It could literally be Billy whispering to her saying, "Christina, stay in the car." Something like that, where we're all just like, oh my God, he just said Christina. Is that Christina Carpenter? It has to be. Or maybe he doesn't say her name, but rather we just see a woman driving away in the car. And we all have to make guesses afterwards, like, who do you think that was? Could that have been Christina? I do say in my video from 9 months ago that having Maureen Prescott as the opening kill with Stu and Billy in a flashback would be a perfect way to get us already thinking about Stu and spending the whole movie wondering if he's actually going to show up alive at the end, and then hit us with him at the end revealing that he's alive. And I feel like with the announcement of Matthew Lillard, I do think that that is what they're doing. I've said in a couple previous videos that I think the fact that they told us he's going to be in it is because they knew they couldn't keep it a secret until the release. So rather than have it get leaked, they chose to tell us themselves. They probably could have kept Scott Foley a secret, but telling us about Scott as well was strategic to have us kind of confused, like, what does this all mean? If Roman's dead, then that must mean Stu's dead? Because we're all assuming Scott Foley is going to be a flashback, so a lot of people are assuming Stu's also just going to be a flashback, nothing more. But what they're going to do is show us a Stu flashback in the beginning, and then we're all going to think like, oh man, that's all we're getting with Matthew Lillard. And then when he shows up alive at the end, we're all going to be surprised. Imagine if we can see a flashback of Stu in the opening scene to kind of already get us thinking about Stu. If the movie is going to focus on Stu as the killer, how awesome would it be if right from the jump, they already get Stu in our heads. They already have us thinking about Stu. And then it'll be so exciting to watch the whole movie like, oh my god, will they or won't they? Is he going to show up alive at the end? And a flashback is something that has never been done in the Scream franchise before. And it's something that I would love to see. With the 7th movie, we gotta do things that are new and have never been done before. And what if we find out something new from that night of Maureen's murder? Like what if Christina Carpenter was there that night? So this is exactly what I said in my old video, and this is what I think is happening now. What do you guys think is the chance that they saw my old video? Like, did we make this happen? Did we give the Scream 7 creators this idea? I hope so, because I would love to see this play out. Now, something else that we've always said on the channel is we all think that Scream 7 is going to mirror Scream 3 in a lot of ways, which has been the case with the past 2 movies. Screams 5 and 6 had so many similarities and callbacks to 1 and 2. So Scream 7 is going to mirror Scream 3 in some capacity. And in Scream 3, Tom says that there is a flashback to Maureen's murder in the Stab 3 script.
Scene 34. Maureen's murder flashback.
So what if we actually do get a flashback to Maureen's murder? Also, I kind of assumed that Scream 7's opening kill would somewhat mirror Scream 3's opening kill with a returning character as the kill. In Scream 3, Cotton Weary was our first ever returning character as an opening kill. And Maureen Prescott is technically a returning character. Although we've never seen her alive, she was essentially a character in the first movie. We see photos of her and hear stories about her, and then in Scream 3, we see actual footage of her when she was alive. So if Maureen is the opening kill for 7, she's technically a returning character just like Cotton was. Just imagine in the first shot of 7, Maureen gets a phone call. You know, in the first Scream movie, we see Drew Barrymore, Casey Becker, getting the phone call. What if we see Maureen get a phone call? That would be so cool. I've wondered if they would cast a young actress to be Maureen. But like I said earlier, there are rumors that Lynn McCree has signed on for Scream 7. And if you think about it, they don't have to make her look that young. Because at the time of her death, she was probably, what, like 40 years old? And if you look at her now, she still looks the same in the face. It's really just her hair that's different. So if they just stick a wig on her, maybe de-age her a little bit, I think we're good to go. It's definitely harder to make 50-year-olds look like they're 18, like with Skeet and Matthew, but she only has to be around 40 in the flashback, so I think it would be easier to de-age her a little bit and still get Lynn McCree to play this role rather than a new, younger actress. And if they do actually do a Maureen flashback, I wonder if we could possibly see Cotton. Maybe she saw him earlier that night. Maybe she'll call him and we'll see Liev Schreiber on the phone. I think that could be cool and just a fun way to see Cotton again, which again could be a fun way to mirror Scream 3 since we did see Cotton in Scream 3. And I know Liev Schreiber has said that he's kind of bummed that his character died because if he was still alive, he could return to the new movie somehow and be a part of the fun. This could be a way to do it. Maybe we see Cotton in a Maureen flashback as well. I mean, even if it's not during the opening kill, I could definitely see them doing other Maureen flashbacks sprinkled throughout the movie, just because Scream 7 is going to be a Sydney-focused movie, and she is a mother now. So I could definitely see her struggling with certain aspects of motherhood, remembering things about her own mother. You know, she kind of struggles with this in Scream 3. When she's talking to Kincaid, she says, I don't even know who my mother was. So I feel like that is going to be seeping into her life again now, considering that she is a mother herself. So I definitely could see more Maureen flashbacks sprinkled throughout the movie, and maybe we will see Cotton sprinkled in there as well. Like I keep saying, there are a lot of people out there who think because they announced Matthew Lillard, why would they ruin the surprise? This must mean that Stu is dead. I don't think so. Scott Foley's announcement was strategic to have us scratching our heads, have us all confused. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that Stu is probably dead since they told us that he's returning. But no, I think Scream 7 is going to be full of surprises. My excitement for this movie has just skyrocketed. If you think I was excited before, I can hardly contain myself right now. This next year is going to be such a long wait, but it's going to be so exciting to theorize with you guys and just talk about this. There are so many possibilities, and right now we all have no idea what's going on. Once the movie is here, it's here, that's it. But right now, like, the possibilities are endless. It's just funny that 9 months ago, we had this idea that having Billy and Stu as a flashback in the opening scene would be a good way to have us already thinking about Stu the whole movie and then surprising us when he shows up at the end. It honestly makes me wonder if these movie creators are looking at what fans are posting online. Maybe they saw my video. I just feel like with these official announcements with Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard and these new rumors with Skeet and Lynn, it looks like this might actually be happening. A Maureen Prescott opening kill, or at least just a flashback of some kind. Even if it's not the opening kill, I feel like we still could get a flashback to Maureen's murder, just like Tom said in Scream 3. But that is it for today. Please leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Do you love this idea as much as I do? If you have anything to add, definitely let me know down below. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Make sure you turn on all notifications so that you don't miss out on future Scream theories like this one or future Scream 7 announcements. I feel like we have a lot more announcements coming our way. I also gotta mention, there's a rumor out there that Emma Roberts might be signing on. Could Jill Roberts be alive? I don't know, I guess we'll see. Please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will be right back.